We're very pleased here at Clark Memorial to be a partner with WorkOne. I've had the opportunity to work with WorkOne many times over the years. They're a fantastic organization that really, in this situation, has provided funding so that we can have peer support specialists as part of this program. WorkOne is really vested in our community, invested in Clark Memorial, and most importantly, invested in the individuals that make up our community. So having that financial support through the grants with WorkOne really gets this off the ground and really gives it the opportunity to prove the benefits that can be gained long-term for our community and for the individuals. So we're very happy to be a partner with WorkOne.
That community has had a difficult time getting in to see their physicians, their psychiatrists, their therapists. They're not getting the level of treatment they were used to. So a lot of them over time start to decompensate, especially when you look at the stress from the financial stress from COVID. They may have lost their job. Some of their family members may have become sick. And then just the anxiety of all the talk of COVID going around and the threat of catching COVID causes them anxiety, causes them to relapse. They may have been in a period of recovery, now they've relapsed. They may have never used drugs before, and now they've turned to drugs and alcohol because of what's going on with COVID and the stress going on in life, in their home life, with their work. So we're seeing a lot more new drug use, a lot more relapse, and then a lot more accidental and intentional overdoses. I think it's just that when we walk into the room with somebody struggling with addiction, they look at us as somebody that's not been there. We've not walked the road they've walked. We've not been there. We've not done that. So we can give them all the best advice we can. We can give them the treatment options available, but we don't have that instant rapport and credibility that a peer recovery coach would have. They've been there. They've traveled the path from addiction to recovery, probably even relapse back to recovery. So they can talk to them on a level that the patient's going to have that trust that they're not going to have with us, because they look at us as somebody, unfortunately, who's got a better life than them. They look at us as somebody who's maybe even they feel like is looking down on them, where the peer recovery coach can be somebody they can look up to and see there is a way out of this. They've been there, they've done that, and if I follow their path, I can get there too.
These are real live people who have walked this journey, who understand what it means to get clean, what bright spots that brings to their life, and also understands the difficulty that decision brings along with it, so that they can help them. They can hold their hand, they can express themselves and hear and listen and truly, truly understand.
So I think they would follow them throughout the process, from the first point of contact in the emergency department to admission to our inpatient unit, where they could be available to even be in the intake with the nurse, because that can be a scary moment when you've committed to going onto a locked unit for treatment. That's the thing some people don't understand, is that's a big decision to say, I'm going to commit to do this. Once I've committed, I can't just walk out. So have them available to follow them through the process of getting admitted to the unit, check in on them daily, talk to them about the treatment options after inpatient, whether it's a residential treatment, whether it's our own outpatient or intensive outpatient program, and then follow them to that next step. Call them, make sure that they've made the appointment. If they didn't show up, our outpatient could notify the peer recovery coach and say, this patient that is supposed to be here isn't here. They could reach out to them, see what's going on, see if there's a danger of relapse. I think working with families will be important, because family is a big piece of recovery. And there's a lot of burned bridges there, but the peer recovery coach has been there. They know a lot of ways to talk to families that we're not going to know. So they're going to help mend some of those family relationships that we can't mend. And then even run in groups with the help of a therapist to to deal with not just opioids, some of the other addiction issues we have in our area, some of the chemical dependency groups.
We have a lot of clinical specialists and experts here at the hospital that do a very good job, from our emergency room physicians to our psychiatrists that work with our patients. But having this person is going to make a difference for us.
Well, I think the value is completely for the community. The community needs this. They need somebody that's going to help advocate for these patients, that are going to educate the staff at the hospital on addiction, because we have a lot of different disciplines here. I work in behavioral health. We're more familiar with addiction, but emergency department, med surg, some of these other areas might not be, and having this other voice to show them that there is a path out of this, that this patient is a human being that can recover and can lead a productive life. I think the community needs that. I think the community struggles with addiction. COVID has made that so much worse. So right now, I think we need that more than ever. And I'm glad to be working towards a partnership. I think it's a positive thing for the hospital and the community and our patients.